When we came to this country, we left my grandfather behind. Because my mother and my sister were the only ones who came to this country. They had the visa to come here. My grandfather, he was not part of the family. He is and he isn't. But my grandfather originally was an American citizen. Because he lived in this country for the longest time. And he had 2 kids who were born here, and 3 of them born over there. They left a year to go back over there when the kids were young. So he was able to come back here with no problem because he was an American citizen. So we decided that nobody was able to take care of him. He's in the 80s, and nobody would take care of this man. My mother always took care of him. So we decided to bring him over here. And my uncle, the bakery, he didn't want to bring him over here because, he comes over here, feel good, this and that. He thinks he's going to cost him pocket money for him. He's going to pay something for him to live, you know what I mean? But we didn't care. We brought him over here anyways. So he lived with us. He died 89 years old. And he lived on Blink Street too. He didn't bother nobody. He was a real gentleman. He was a real good man. Yeah. And he was a businessman because when he was younger, he had a business of his own. That's how he put all his kids to work here at a younger age. My father died young. The reason my father died young is because when he first put him to work, he was a little boy. And he carried these big blocks. They used to dig in the ground. And when you dig in the ground, you make a dirt, small blocks. They used to put them in the container, bring it up and throw it on the other side. I throw it on the other side. It was too little, too tender. And matter of fact, he had a little bit, his bag was a little curved a little bit. So he got it enlarged heart. We almost was not able to come to this country because this enlarged heart. But we managed to come to this country. So when he came to this country later on in years, he's got a leaky valve, and they couldn't fix it way back then in the 70s. They couldn't fix it. So a leaky valve is dripping blood inside you. So he passed away. He was 58 years old. And my mother was, when he passed away, my mother was 52. So I become the man of the house. My mother's 52. She's not like the American girls over here. They go look for another man. A week later, somebody else walking in the house. No. I'm the boss of the house. I take care of her. We don't need somebody else come in there and be in her way. You know what I mean? She was like that. She was. My mother lived in LA for first 5 years. I was the only child who was born because it was in between time. Then he comes home for 1 year. Then my sister comes around, and that's. But they don't do things like that in our country. Only in America they do this shit. Excuse my language, but that's the way I feel. You know what I mean? They don't have respect for the person that they live with so many years. They have respect. You don't need another man. What are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? But anyways, that's the story. That's the story.
Frank Raspante was a man of great heart and unwavering dedication, a pillar of strength for everyone who was fortunate enough to know him. Deeply rooted in his love for family, Frank carried the weight of responsibility from a young age, stepping into the role of the man of the house after the passing of his father. With a steadfast resolve, he stood by his mother, his sister Mary, and his younger brother John, ensuring they were cared for and supported during life's most challenging moments.
He's very, very, very affectionate. Very affectionate, more so than I ever thought Frank would become. Because he was, like I say, he was always in his own shell. Okay, even for New Year's Eve, and we would do, we would all get together and we'd say, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. My mother had to steal a kiss from him because he was not that way. But he's no longer that way at all.
While I was going to school, for the 6 months, the duration, I met this girl who she became my wife. And she was from down Mississippi, but she was up here living. So we got going pretty good. And before you know, 2 years later, we got married. Before then, in 1972, 73, when I had one child, then I had one girl born in 1969, then another girl born in 1971. My wife, she was from Mississippi, and what happens there is there was a fire She come from a family with 10, 11 kids, and there was a fire in the trailer that the mother and father was living in it, and the father passed away, and the mother burned 50% of her body or something like that. She was in critical condition, so she had to come down here and try to help them out, but then she didn't want to come back.
Through the years, I think he's gotten more mellow, and I love him to death. I've helped him in every which situation that you ever went through.
1974 is when I got divorced, and that's the last time I went to Italy, thinking about finding somebody same nationality that I will be able to cooperate and bring her over here and get remarried with someone out of my country. But when I got there, I didn't see anybody that I like, and I put two and two together. I said, no, I'm not going to do this, because I want someone that can drive, go shopping, take care of herself while I'm doing what I gotta do as a male. I don't want to support the family, but I can be a taxi cab, with someone from the old country, bring her over here. They can't speak English, they don't know how to get around. A lot of my friends did that, but it's a different story. I felt like I should be doing that. I said, I could find somebody in this country. So 1980, when I moved to New Hartford, before then, I bought a house, 1980. Yes, 1980, that's when I moved to New Hartford. But a couple of years before that, I bought a house on 1510 Dudley Ave in Utica, New York. It was, like I said, I had a lot of houses then, and I always kept, being that I was younger, I gotta always be careful with these girls, those wild girls they want to take the shirt off your back. Well, anyways, it was this girl, and that was always kept up. I said, every time I go there, she was divorced. Got 3 kids, the house was clean, neat looking, taking care of children, so on and so forth. A working girl. Still looking pretty good. Well, I get to like her. She's here now. That's my wife.
You're not going to believe what attracted me to Frank. What attracted me to Frank actually was his smile. That's what attracted me to Frank.
She's actually a wife. She takes care of me head to toe. She takes care of me really well. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for her, as hard as I've been working all my life, I won't be in a position I'm today if it wasn't for her, because she's by my side all the time. She's, we don't suffer by anything. We always had everything we wanted. If you needed it, we get it. If you don't need it, we let it go. We're not full spender. We're very economical person. That's why I was all my life. And that's what the reason why I'm here where I am today, because I don't go crazy spending money foolishly. And I help a lot of people buy their house, and I donate quite a bit of money too occasionally. When I need to, and I think it's the right thing, I give to the fire department and the police department in Utica, in Rome area all the time, even in Utica. When they send me an envelope, I give them some money. What the hell, okay, that's my right to do that. Last time I went on vacation, 1996.
I don't feel good about it. I don't, because I don't like to see him, because he pushes himself all the time. And when he's sick, especially now, he should just take it easy.
We used to go on vacation. 1980 and 85, we always went on vacation 3 times a year, at least minimum twice. Then 1996 was the last time I went on vacation. Every time I go on vacation, something happens here, it spoils my vacation where I am. They call me up and screw me all up, because I'm a very dedicated person. Nothing could go wrong for 1 week. Something's gonna happen. 1996, it was when they called me up, and there was a fire on 1406 Dudley Ave. It wasn't that bad of a fire, but I don't know, I'm far away. I can't think of the situation. The lady was living there, or while she was taking a shower, the kids were playing with matches and caught the curtains on fire. And then smoked up the house and destroyed the house a little bit. It was never condemned. Once before then, there was another fire on another street. Every time I'm away, something happened. So I said, 1996 is this last time I'm gonna go away. Then I decided that going away really, I was getting bored going away. No matter where I go, it's the same old baloney. You got the sky, you got the land. What's the sea? What's this? Oh, it goes to the ocean. Big deal. I could come close by you and see the ocean. You don't have to go all the way down California or Florida to see the ocean. You know what I mean? And I said, we got New York State. There's so many places to go and so many places to see. Skipping and jump away. Why go so far away? So I didn't go no more. I didn't go no more on vacation. And I think it's been working out pretty good. Then I dedicated myself work some more and keep on working.
I worry about him getting sick more than anything. I don't like him to be sick on any part of him, whether it's just regular sickness or anything. I don't like him being sick.
It's not his personality. He'll just keep going and going and going.
I bought my first rental property in 1966, a 3-unit apartment building, and then in 68 I got married, and I bought 68 I got married, and then I bought that house on 1423 Dudley Ave, and to live in it. So all the money that I used to take in from the rental property I never used. I only used my money only that I worked to support the family and support my parents and whatever they needed and support my family then, because now in 1968 I got married, so I got my own family, but I still take care of my parents because that's my duty to do so.
I think that Frank's contribution is to give people affordable housing.
He buys one house on top of the other, and sometimes it gets to be overwhelming. He likes buying houses. He's addicted.
He is the type of person that he'd rather get less for an apartment and keep the clientele and keep them there than to charge more and then, have a problem.
It's hard to keep track because every time you turn around, he's buying this one and he's buying that one, so it's hard to keep track.
I worry that he's undertaking a little bit too much. And death is something that we don't know what's going to happen. We can live another 20 years, we can live 10 years, we could die tomorrow. You know how that is, okay? But the idea is that you want to be ready for that. And I worry that even though he thinks he's ready for it, what he thinks is going to happen, I doubt very much that it will. And he might not like that I said that, but I tell him all the time.
I get at the point where I say, okay, enough is enough. It's time to get rid of some of them because you're overdoing it. Then he gets stressed. And that's not good for him to be stressed.
Most of the time, he's an awful lot like me. I'm real good. I lean backwards, but then if he gets really mad, he can have a bad effect. Only if you really push him, he'll reach that high, which I think we all do that. Some people reach it sooner and some people reach it later, but we all reach that, But as a whole, I think people would have nothing but good to say about Mike Frank.
The biggest fear that I got right now is that I think that I know I have a long life to live, much long life to live. That's the biggest fear. And when I leave, I don't know what's going to happen to this business. That's it. Even though it's all set up under irrevocable trust and so on and so forth, and trusts, still, I don't know how good they're going to be doing with it. If they're going to run it properly or what they're going to do with it. But as it stands right now, that's my biggest fear.
Frank's devotion to his family was not just a duty. It was his purpose, his pride, and the foundation of the life he built. This is the story of a man whose generosity, responsibility, and enduring love left a legacy that will never be forgotten.